you. I've just clicked on record. So I can see Anjali, Bibi, Amrita, Krishna, Janie. I don't know if I remember seeing Janie before. Is this the first time? Anyone joining for the first time? Wow, that's good. So we've got a couple of people who's been, oh, you, Krishna Sagar. Okay, Krishna is here for the first time. Okay, welcome. I'm glad you get to experience this. So, where is everybody joining from? That's my favorite question. Where are you guys joining from? Let me know in the chat below. Dubai? Okay, that is good, right? Because this is like 6 p.m. Are you driving? Hyderabad, Canada. Wow, what's the time there in Canada again? Is it 6 a.m.? 8 a.m., 9 a.m., right? Ah, okay. So 9 a.m. Interesting. So tell me something, okay, people, my lovely friends, in case we do host this as a membership, like when we do have these membership calls where all of us connect every time, does this time suit you? Is this like a good time for us to connect for everyone? No, you were on leave today. Ah, yeah,
Welcome.
okay. Yeah, and okay, so that's probably why you got to join me. Otherwise, you would have to probably connect from work, which is a problem that I understand. Okay. And that's for Canada. That's the problem when you have whenever I host my podcast as well, right? The guests who come on my podcast, it's mostly in my nighttime. So 7 a.m. is when my 7 p.m. is when they would pick to do the podcasting. So most of the times it's like 7 to 8:30, which gets a little tiring. That's the time I would do these nighttime routine for my daughter. So the timing is, but if we make it 7, an hour later doesn't work. 8 a.m. for Canada, does that work for 8 a.m.? Not in Canada office time, but I try because I enjoy it so much. Oh, thank you so much, Aisha. I'm so glad you do join. Oh, wait, we can host it on Saturdays or Sundays. Then that should be fine. Maybe once in a week. I think 4 times probably in a month. That might be fun to do. So these are some of the ideas that I have where there are so many amazing spiritual teachers that I had brought on the podcast, and there are people who specialize in channeling. There are people who can channel Lord Krishna, they can channel Prophet Muhammad, they can channel Jesus Christ, they can channel Mother Mary. It's basically like if you are to think about consciousness, right? When you think about my consciousness, you can also tap into my consciousness and think how I am thinking. You can tap into the consciousness of a plant. You can tap into the consciousness of the home. So you can actually ask questions to the home and then see what are the thoughts that come to you. Same like how we were channeling God yesterday, the or your higher self. The answer that came through is not what you would typically, the way you spoke yesterday is not how you typically would speak, right? So in the same way, you can actually tap into different consciousness. And the wisdom that comes is it's mind blowing. It would be very simple. So when I began channeling God, the answers that would come initially would be one word answers, probably like love, peace, honest, truth, all well. It would be very, very simple words. Then it became a sentence. Then over time, it became a paragraph. Then it became a long speech. And then that sort of connection became stable. Like in the past, for me to tap into that consciousness, I had to go into a deep meditation and then heavily focus on the consciousness. But now when I talk, I know when I'm channeling. It just becomes a part of me. And that is what they say then when in the Bible too, Jesus Christ talks about walking with the Holy Spirit. He was walking with the Holy Spirit, meaning there was no separation between Jesus Christ and his higher self or his Holy Spirit. It was together. He was aligned. His mind and body were finally aligned with the Holy Spirit, with the soul. For most of the people on the planet, it is not in alignment because our soul says all is well, you are safe, but your mind says no, you're not safe. Then your body sabotages it. And today we are going to be focusing on the body. We cannot ignore the body. Okay. Before we get into that, yesterday the links did not work. I put up in the chat how to connect with me. I don't know if the links work today. Just try. Can you click the link and see if it works? There are these one-on-one sessions that you can book with me, or you can get email guidance. And then there's also a link where I'm putting in my favorite books. So can you check if those are working? I think I'll try to pin it. Let me see. Okay, I don't know how to pin it. It's working where the one-on-one sessions and the bookshelf. It's working. Oh, okay. Are you able to pay when you go to the checkout? What happens? Because what the error message I heard people say is that at the checkout they say that the currency is not accepted. Okay, we'll see. So far, it seems to be fine. I guess that's sorted out because I was almost thinking of going and getting a trade license for all of it. And then when I checked into looking for the trade license, it's like the message goes to my company. Then I have to speak with my manager and all of that kind of stuff. So that's was giving me a headache. Um, Another thing, final question. Are there any single moms here in the chat? Anyone who's divorced, separated, considering anything like that? Any moms like that in the chat? No. Jacob. Oh, I thought you were a male. Okay. Link isn't working for Krishna. I guess it doesn't work abroad. I guess it only works in Dubai. Okay, cool. I'll try to figure that out. It's okay. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. It's the last workshop today, and it says currency isn't supported. Yeah, I heard that. I have to try to figure that out. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. So let me ask you something now. When you are to talk about your relationship with your body, how would you describe it? How is your relationship with your body? You can share whatever is coming to your mind. You could even tap into your body. You can ask your body, do you think I'm treating you well? Edgy. You're healing the relationship. Terrible. Hmm. Hmm. I don't always listen to my body. True. So most of you, I mean, the comments, Sonali says, I love my body and I always think of my body. Uruj says, in the process of healing and trying to take care of my body. I feel it's disconnected. I'm learning to listen more. The ones who said that their relationship with their body is not good and that you feel disconnected, can you think of instances where you felt it is disconnected? Why do you feel like it's disconnected? Can you come up with any? Do you have diseases? Are you not at ease? Are there pains? Are you not able to do what you want to do? What are you not able to do using your body? I love my body, but I'm always anxious. Stress and anxiety. PCOD, or when I speak to my boss, my voice chokes. I always get a fever when I'm stressed. Okay. So today I was, before I got on the call, I was channeling my higher self. And my higher self just gives us one message, which is, do you realize how powerful you feel now once you decided to be authentically yourself? Do you realize how easy it is, how easy life is when you become authentic? How free you feel and how liberated you feel when you are finally and ultimately authentic about yourself. So that was the main lesson and message for us, for the people who have joined today. How many of you think you are really, truly, authentically yourself? I have my comb with me. You are not hiding. And this goes in every sphere, not only with your partner, but also with your parents, but also at work, also on social media, in business, with your friends. How many of you feel like these people know you truly for who you are? OMG, no, not me. I love my body, but I overthink, I stress. I don't know if this is my head. My skin has flared up with eczema and acne. Mm-hmm. 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 None. So you are not being authentic. Do you know why you're not being authentic? Do you feel like your authentic self would not be accepted? Or do you feel like your authentic self? Do you find your authentic self unlovable to you? No, I'm not. I try, but I do get misunderstood. I don't know if it's my mistake or not. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Rejection, sometimes I don't accept myself. Lately, I've been better to my body. I rest when I feel tired, and I'm working on eating better. When I'm stressed, I can feel it in my body and mostly in my solar plexus. You're right, absolutely right. That is your gut, that's your brain. I'm authentic to myself, but I don't talk to anyone more. Mhm. I have a narcissistic parent, so whenever I make decisions of something in my life, except the work that I do, I live with this constant fear and feeling anxiousness in my body. I'm honest with myself, but my parents cannot understand me and my true self. Yes, would not be accepted. I feel this is too much to tell to social media, but I struggle because I struggle to be me. Sadia says so many of these responses resonate. Yeah. So the messages that you spoke about, those were the exact same struggles I went through in my life as well. It's all my life I felt misunderstood. Even at school, I would be this joker, this clown, because I was afraid of hurting someone else. So I would always be this class clown. I would just joke around, fool around. I would never say anything serious because I was afraid of hurting people. But I would always get tired after being with my friends. I would avoid being with them and I would come home and mostly be in my place. And it drains me to go to social gatherings. I would be the entertainer all the time. And then I got fed up. So I went back in and I decided I don't want any friends. I'm done with being friends. Now, the thing is, right, when you are being fake outside, when you're not being yourself, in my case, I was being this fake entertainer outside. So when you are being this fake person, the people you attract into your life will also be attracted to that fake personality that you're trying to project, which is why you would not feel connected to them. You will not, you'll feel like they don't understand you. That's because you are not showing who you truly are. When the class clown, when I am silent for 5 minutes, everybody would come and ask, hey, what's up? What's wrong? What's wrong? And it just gets so annoying. So instead of explaining to everybody, I would begin cracking up lame jokes again. And then I got fed up and I cut them all off. And I began showcasing. The social media became a place where I could be myself. But in the beginning, I was posting on social media to be approved for, to be liked. So I would try to dress up. I would try to, go to fancy places, try to curate this kind of aesthetic grid so that people would think I'm some big shot, etc. But then it got to a point where I couldn't even continue faking on social media either. And I got fed up. I went back in and I decided to understand myself more. And I got into, understanding what your mind is, what your soul is. Understanding the soul was the best part. Now, in the process of understanding my soul, I made this big mistake of ignoring my body. When you realize, oh, you are the soul, what? That is freaking crazy. So you're not the body. That means it doesn't matter if you're fat, if you're thin, if you have acne, if you have diseases. It's just the body. I mean, if you die, you're just going to become a soul again. So what's the big deal? Why do I have to care about my body? So I got into that phase where I didn't care about my body. I'm like, okay, if it wants to be weak and flabby, who cares? Because I'm actually the soul. Now, that is a big mistake because as we learned on the first day of the workshop, we are triune beings, meaning we will forever be three beings in one: your mind, body, and your soul, or the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Superconscious, conscious, subconscious. You can call it anything you want, but you're going to be forever these three. Even after you die now, you become the soul, you're going to come back again and take up another body. Next time you might be a frog, but you will still have to learn how to exercise your frog legs. That's going to happen. You will still have to understand how your mind works, your mind, the way your mind thinks now. That will also not change. So there was once a podcast guest who came on, and she had a very traumatizing birth, meaning when she was being birthed by her mother, she had it very traumatizing. That apparently was because she, in her past life, died as a World War II victim. So her death had been very traumatizing. You see, there was an energy in which she died, which is a very traumatizing death. That body and that mind had a traumatizing death. So when she has to come back into the physical form, she can only enter that kind of a space that matches it. So she had to come back into another family, which also matched all of her traumas. And that is why, if you are here right now with a physical body, it's best you heal your body. Anything your body is going through, heal it. You can heal the body, you can heal the mind while you have a physical body. Or you would come back and then, it's okay. You have multiple lifetimes, you can keep doing it over and over again, but we heal it. How do you know our body is not functioning properly? There are 4 ways in which you can find out. If you are in fight, flight, freeze, appease. If you are in any of these 4 modes, your body is sabotaging you. I'll explain what it means. So when even diseases, you're having any sort of diseases, acne, all of it, is also means that your body is calling for your attention. And I will also explain about these 2 books that I have here. So what is fight, flight, freeze, appease mode? Uh, blowing up on Instagram has been, for some reason, the biggest thing for me. I want to blow up on Instagram. 2 years back, there was a post that did go viral, and it blew up. And I gained 3,000 followers overnight. However, after I gained 3,000 followers, I couldn't post anymore. For 2 months, I went back into my cave and I stopped posting. That visibility scared me. Sudden growth. This is my dream life, you understand? This is dream. But suddenly I couldn't post anymore. I got into a freeze mode. So what's happening is, at a soul level, social media is what I want to do. There's no judgment. You want to dance, you want to do belly dancing, you want to do tantric dancing, whatever you want to do. If that is what excites you, that is your soul path, and you have to do it. Why, you will understand later. So social media has been my thing. Instagram, posting on Instagram for some reason has been a big deal for me. So when I did that, I got into a freeze mode. I couldn't post. And I stopped it, you see? So somewhere something was happening and I didn't realize what it was, but it was my body sabotaging my dream manifestation. When you, for example, you say you want your dream husband, you put up on your vision board this sexy looking man and who's got who's healed, who's divine masculine, who is a good job, who's amazing in everything. But when he appears in front of you, you want to run away from him. Why do you run? Why do you hide? That is you being on the flight mode. You're running. This is your dream life, but your body is not ready for it. Again, this is where your body is sabotaging. Okay? This is the second example, which is the third one. Please. A peace means please. You want to do something. You want to create content on social media. However, you are afraid to take up space. You are living with your parents. You don't want to take up space and try to create content. You're trying to please everybody around. You're like, okay, I don't want to do it. It's my sister's room. My mom is doing her thing. She's going to judge me. So you're trying to please everybody, and you're still sabotaging your dream life. Again, body sabotaging. The fourth one is fight. When somebody says something, you watch something on social media, you see these reels, your mom says something, your dad says something, and you get into this fight mode. You're so angry, you want to fight back. Why? They can say what they want, right? Because you think that they're attacking you. You think when someone disagrees with your perception about life, that is an attack on you. It's not. Nobody asks you to change what you believe in. So it's not an attack. So when any of these three are happening, your body needs to be listened to. And the reason why all of this is happening is because as kids, we have been taught to suppress our emotions. As a woman, we get judged for being angry. As a man, you get judged for being sad, for crying. Why? These are emotions that need to be felt. If you feel those emotions, it gets released from the body. If you don't release those emotions, they will get clogged in your energy body like a clot. And that clot in your energy body is what manifests into physical diseases. Your acne, eczema, cancer, arthritis, whatever it is simply because you are not releasing these emotions that are stuck in your body. So the first lesson for today is to understand and to get in touch with your emotions. There was a client I had around a couple of months back. She was sexually abused as a child. And she told about this to her parents, but her parents they were in denial. The reason why all of it happened is because they were in this when they were the parents would allow their siblings to come stay over with her, and she would be a child, 4 or 5 years old, etc. And these dad's brothers, mom's brothers, they would harass her. They would allow her to sleep in their room. That's what parents, I guess, do. But then she was a victim to sexual abuse by them. Now, during the session, when I saw her, she had put on a lot of weight. She was really overweight. And I told her to explain what's happening. While she's explaining it, there were no emotions at all. I was like, okay, there was no emotions. She has suppressed all of her emotions so much that explaining what happened, how she was called crazy for saying all of these things, for making up things, how she was gaslit. None of it was bringing up any emotions in her. And those pent up emotions, those unreleased emotions are what makes you overweight. It's what makes you fat. I had put on weight in the last 2 years because once I got into spirituality, I felt like I was crazy. The way I was thinking, the way everybody else was thinking, it was not matching. And I kept hiding myself more and more. I felt like this completely crazy person. I was into telling people that, yeah, I can, I can speak to dead people. I spoke to Steve Jobs last week. The week before that, I spoke to Father Moses. Yeah, this is how I talk at home. And then, so they were like, are you crazy? So I began hiding myself more and more. I started a podcast, but I never promoted the podcast so much on my channel. Every time I post something about the podcast, I would have like 1,000 people unfollow me. So I didn't want to post it. But this year, I decided, fuck that. I'm going to post everything that comes to my mind. I don't care. The moment I started doing it was like I always have a struggle with coming up with content, right? Because in the past, for me to come up with the content, I want to make sure that I am perfect. I have this makeup on. I'm sitting in a very aesthetic background and all of it. But this time I decided, fuck it, I don't care if all of these people want to unfollow me. Let them. I don't care. I'm so done. And I just began posting, and I couldn't stop at one video a day. I posted like 7 videos, 10 videos. I just kept posting, posting, posting. And it was so liberating. It was so liberating to be myself. Before posting one video felt like this big pain in the ass for me. But now 7 videos just came effortlessly. Everything I do, post. And then my weight started to shed because there were these feelings of, will people accept me? Am I going to be accepted? And then that feeling is what builds up fat on yourself. You become fat. It's more like a cushioning. Your body is trying to protect you from the rest of the world by putting on this weight. And when you feel like you can't show your authentic self to the world, those fat melts away. And that's what started happening to me. And the best part is the people who accepted me, who loved me for what I am, who didn't judge me for what I do, appeared in an instant. Within 1 or 2 weeks, it happened, which is the craziest part. I still can't believe it, but that's what happened when you show your authentic self. The biggest pain for me was talking to my dad. I'm always afraid of my dad. So I would never tell him what I actually felt. And that is the biggest thing. So there was one of you who said that you choke when you speak to your boss, right? You've got to practice speaking. The first step, the first step of connection between you and the rest of the world is your throat chakra. I have been terrified of speaking all my life. I was just sharing this yesterday as well. My teachers would complain to my mom about how I don't speak. The reason why my big goal now is to speak in front of millions is because it scares the fuck out of me. I'm so terrified. It scares me. But I'm like, this is what I need to do. I know this is what I need to do. I need to express how I feel in front of everyone because this is my biggest fear. I don't care. I want to do this. So your throat chakra is what connects you. I knew that my throat chakra was blocked because I could also feel that lump in my throat. Every time someone asks something, I won't be able to respond to them. Instead, I would go home and recreate that same conversation like 100 times and respond to it in 1,000 different ways about every word they said and then answer back and all of it. But obviously, that opportunity will never come back, right? Yeah. So I would keep doing this over and over again. And then what I did was I began to express how I feel. In order to be able to express how I feel, I began reading books. The only reason why we are not able to speak up is because we don't have the right vocabulary. Reading books is a great tool. Listening to podcasts is a great tool. The more you read, the more you listen, the more you will get the right vocabulary to speak. It's very simple. It's not like anything you think is dumb. There's nothing that anyone thinks is dumb. There's nothing anyone thinks is stupid. Everybody has their own perspective of life, and it is all perfect. It's amazing. You simply have to now learn to express it. Channeling is a great tool to do that. When you keep channeling, you will begin to tap into a stream of consciousness where you're able to express and communicate how you feel. The more you practice it, the more you will be able to express it to the outside people. So, being authentic and speaking up is the most important part when it comes to healing your body. Then comes the second part, which is the trauma that is stuck in your body. Okay. This is called, a body is called soma. According to it's a Greek word. Soma means body. So you will hear about different kinds of body therapies, somatic workout, Then there is EFT tapping, bilateral simulation, tantra. There are so many different modalities that you can get into for healing your body. What we are doing is, it's just like, that's me too. I feel not articulated enough to say my opinion. Sometimes instead of speaking my truth, just tears start to flow. I was in the exact same place. I know. But you've got to keep practicing. You've got to keep speaking. You've got to keep trying to talk. Having a community is the best when it comes to that. My biggest part of my healing happened when I met with my cousin sister, because she was very good at speaking. And no matter what I said, she never judged me. And she was able to articulate what I was feeling so well. And when I began spending time with her, I began to be able to express how I feel also better. She was a big motivating factor in my life for me to be able to communicate. On the other hand, I was on social media, I was into all of these kind of things, and she was not. So I began to push her to get into all of that. So now her accounts is also blowing up, and she's also getting clients to do therapy in her child meditation, not meditation. She's into clinical psychology. So she's talking up about that. So having a community, this is why it's so important. You might think you're crazy, you might think you're dumb, but if you actually began speaking up to other people, if you actually listen to other people, you'll realize the problems that you have is not an exception. It's the most common thing everybody's going through. Nothing you go through is for you. It's with everybody. Every family has the same problem. It's because we all have the same ancestral problems that is stuck in our body. Unless and until we heal it, it's going to be passed on to our children as well. The lady who was abused by her family, I asked her, why are you not angry with her parents? She said, well, they are old. It's okay. She was not angry with them. Now, because she doesn't realize the intensity of what's happened with her, when she has a child, and when her child also says the same thing to her, she will be also like, okay. She cannot react. She's in freeze mode all the time. You ask her, you tell her, hey, this is what happened. She's not able to react. Her life is on pause throughout. And this is how the sort of unhealed trauma gets passed on to your children. We have to break it. It's time for us to break it. It's time for us to heal it. The other part is, you might, in the beginning too, when I got divorced and I became a single parent as well, I was very afraid of spending money. So there would be a milk carton, which is 10 dirham, 25 fills, and there would be another 10 dirham, 50 fills. But I would even compare with these fills and pick the one that is cheaper. So my life was very difficult because everything I would look, okay, this is this much fills, that is fills. And although I knew I needed healing, spending money on myself and my healing felt like selfishness. It felt like me being reckless. So when I first decided that I'm going to go and learn Reiki, even though I did not know anything about Reiki or what it is, I just felt called to do it. It terrified me. The week before that, I was just crying because it's the first time I'm leaving my baby and going on a trip with my cousin sister. I didn't know how it was going to happen. My daughter was okay, but I was missing her. I didn't know how it was going to be there. And the days in Thailand where I was studying Reiki too, it was pathetic for me. It was scary for me. It felt like a luxury trip, although it was not. It felt like that. It felt like I was doing way too much for myself and being so selfish. But that trip changed me completely to who I am today. Healing is very, very important. You making sure that you invest time, energy, resources into healing your body, healing your energy, healing your mind, soul. Your soul is already healed. But if you spend time into understanding all of it and healing yourself, your life changes drastically. Money comes in, health comes in, relationships come in, everything comes in. You might think that abundance comes by chasing something on the outside. It's nothing like that. You have to change on the inside. You have to change on the inside, and then you will attract things from the outside. When it comes to releasing the trauma that's stuck in your body, right? The only way to release it is by shaking it off. You see? Because when animals fight, this is the example, when cats fight or animals fight, after they fight, you would see them come out and then they would shake their body off. They're simply releasing those stuck energies off of their body. It's as simple as that. In India, we have these different dance practices. We have these different village dances. Dappankuthu is something like that. What is Dappankuthu? All the trauma mostly gets stuck in the hips. And if you see Dappankuthu, they're actually stomping their feet. They're releasing. They are not holding on to it. One good Dappankuthu dance would help with releasing a lot of trauma in your body. If you are stuck in the head, and you would understand this when you're getting a headache, you're overthinking, you're getting anxious, and you're doing all of that kind of stuff, you play Dappankuthu music and you shake your body, it would go away. That's what it is. It's simple. Keep, and that's why different kinds of dances would help. Why belly dancing is healing? Because belly dancing is also moving your hips. It's moving this solar plexus and your root chakra, etc. All of it is where emotions get stuck. It gets clogged, it gets blocked over there. And if it is blocked over there, then all the your prana, your life force will not go to the upper parts of your body. And when this energy flows, we are like a battery. We are like an energy system. If it flows well, then you would have the vitality. When you walk into a room, people would know you're someone magnetic. It just becomes beautiful because you're radiating from inside onto the outside. In the end of today's session, we are going to be doing a Dapankut dance, okay? And before that, we would also be doing some sharing. You can share stuff. I am, before going any further, so these are some books I recommend. I have put in the link, my bookshelf, where you can get it. So this is Louise Hay's book. No, this is Louise Hay's book. It talks about how you can heal your body. And it gives you an idea of, oh yeah, the booklet is in here. It gives you an idea of what kind of diseases causes what. Tell me some of the diseases people you were mentioning in the chat. Acne was one, right?
PCOD, yeah. What?
PCOD,
PCOD.
oh,
Eczema? Yeah.
eczema.
What about the diseases which we get when we are born by birth?
Diseases when you're born. Yeah, everything is in here. You can buy the book. Eczema, mental eruptions, breathtaking antagonism. Do you know what's antagonism? I don't know what it means. Let me check. Person who actively opposes or is hostile to someone or something. Mental, breathtaking antagonism. So you are opposing others. Okay, who are you opposing?
So in movies, usually the protagonist is the hero and the antagonist is the villain.
Sorry?
Uh,
Was someone talking?
yeah. So in
So mental
movies,
antagonism means an inner resistance or opposition in the mind. Part of you is pushing against something, which is an idea, a belief, a person, a situation, or even yourself. Your thoughts are in conflict with each other. So that is what is happening with eczema. You are opposing your own thoughts. Don't oppose it. Try to understand why you're thinking the way you were thinking. Look at it factually instead of being judgmental about it. I did the same thing. I would judge myself for whenever I get jealous, I would be like, oh, I'm feeling jealous. I don't want to feel that. Why am I thinking that way? There's something wrong with me. I'm spiritual. I'm not supposed to get jealous. That's how I was thinking. But then I realized, okay, that doesn't need to happen. Why am I feeling jealous? Oh, because I think that it is not going to be possible for me. Ah, is it? Why? It is. Anything is possible for me. Because I think because they have that, they are better than me. Oh, is it? Why? So does it mean that anyone who doesn't have money is worthless? No. So you dive deeper into why you are thinking the way you are thinking. A great tip for you is to use ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT to act like your cognitive behavioral therapist. And then you talk to it like it's your therapist. So instead of paying for therapy, you can use ChatGPT and then try to do it. But this is just to get an idea. Finally go to a therapist itself. But in case you want to get some sort of a thing, but sometimes ChatGPT also has this habit of trying to tell you what you need to hear. So that is something. Beware of that. Maybe as a starter to understand how therapy works, because therapy, what happens is that they try to help you understand your mind. Understanding your mind is good, but you cannot just focus on your mind. You do need to focus on your soul, and you do need to focus on the body as well. So what the book says is for eczema, harmony, the affirmation. So the book says why this is happening, and an affirmation. If you stick this affirmation onto the wall and you repeat it daily, your eczema would disappear. Harmony and peace, love and joy surround me and indwell in me. I'm safe and secure. I'll just take one more, which is the PCOD. Menstrual problems, rejection of one's femininity, guilt, fear, belief that the genitals are sinful or dirty. So the affirmation is, I accept my full power as a woman and accept all of my bodily processes as normal and natural. The natural part of doing things. A lot of women, as well as men, reject their sexuality. They think it's such a bad thing. But that is where all of that creative life force is. It's like it's a gift that's been given to us. But that's the first thing that the government and these religious institutions take control over. Once they take control over something that is so close to us, then they can control everything else. The church says, what does the church say? Masturbation is bad. Sex before marriage is bad. Who are you to say that? It's my body. I get to decide what I want to do. But as children, even before they understand their body, when the people, elders say this is a bad thing, they already feel like they committed a sin. They're doing something wrong. And you're only 12 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old, whatever you are. When such kind of a belief or thought is put into you, then you feel like you are less than. There's something dirty about you. And with that belief about yourself, you are going to create a universe where this belief is going to be amplified and others are going to amplify that belief back to you, which is why I don't no longer shame or judge sexuality, sex, these kind of things at all with children or anybody, even with children, even with adults. I don't speak about it openly, but if it's been spoken about, I never look at it like it's a dirty thing. When children walk without clothes, the parents will be like, you, yuck, shame, shame. Why? It's a body, right? It's a beautiful body. It's a tool that God gave us. So why do you want to shame it? You keep doing like that, they will think dirty about themselves and their body. It's a beautiful body. Love it. Why do you have to shame it? It starts there. We are unconsciously putting these beliefs into kids and into ourselves by shaming your body. You love your body. Your body is your temple. Just like when you go to a temple or a church, you understand when you enter the temple or a church that this is a sacred site. Why? Because when more and more people go there and spend time in devotion, the energy of the place changes. In the same way, if you are someone who is in devotion to yourself, you pray to yourself. Whenever I see my reflection in a mirror, I bow down to me. I say, thank you, Goddess Tanya. Thank you. I have always felt like my higher self has been guiding me from long back, even before I realized that there's something called a higher self, I just knew that there was something guiding me. But that was my higher self, that was my Holy Spirit. So I'm always in reverence to myself. Even when I'm here hosting these workshops and doing all of these different things, I thank myself, because there was a version of me who didn't believe this could be possible, but that version kept doing it. So you thank yourself for all the work you're doing. Thank yourself for being here. So many people go through problems, they're going through difficulties, but they don't put in the efforts to want to try to fix it. They want to stay in the victim consciousness. You guys are not like that. You guys are on the creator consciousness. You guys have already manifested a wonderful dream life filled with abundance in health, wealth, and relationships already. I wouldn't have appeared in front of you otherwise. You wouldn't have appeared in front of me otherwise. You yourself, your higher self, guided all of you into this space we are at because you were ready. All that I'm saying is not brand new news, by the way. Everybody knows it. When you are ready to remember this information, you pick something called a permission slip. You tell the higher self, I am ready to remember. And then I appear, or another spiritual teacher appears, or a video appears, but it's just something you created for you to remember it. It's like, okay, now I'm ready to remember. That's all there is. But every single thing that's been discussed in the last 3 years, last 3 days, and even today, you know it already. It's not like brand new things. You just feel like you're remembering, don't you? Do you feel like doesn't it feel like common sense after I say all of these different things? That's exactly what it is. Open to questions you could ask me, or if you want to share anything about these last 3 days, what you expected before coming in, and how, if you've been reflecting on what's been happening, feel free to share.
So it was difficult for me to channelize and how to channelize my higher self or God. For me, it was brand new. So how to connect or channelize myself into the higher self? I may be feeling that as if I was pretending myself as channeling into my higher self. I didn't know that how to channelize basically.
How to channel. You do have to keep practicing it. That's it. There is no shortcut to it. You get it? Keep doing it, even if it is 5 minutes, even if it is 10 minutes. It would feel like you're imagining things. But gradually, whatever you say, you ask better questions. For example, can you tell me whether I'm imagining this or not? And then see what's the answer that comes up. And then you say, can you give me a sign? And then you would write down something. And then the next week you would see a sign. So you can have a back and forth conversation. And then the little signs would stack up over time. And when it stacks up over time, you begin to fully trust in your soul and yourself. But it takes discipline. There is no shortcut to it. You cannot go and get a certificate and then suddenly say, oh, I can channel. No. There is discipline, and it takes time sitting in meditation. I used to sit in meditation for easily 1 to 2 hours, sitting in that state of mind, watching my thoughts. So you get into that state, and then you get into a sort of energy, and then you would be able to recognize that energy every time. And then it comes to a point, it comes to a situation where you wouldn't need your meditation mat or the music or the crystals or anything, and you would be able to channel instantly and focus instantly, no matter where you are, even if you're in a crowded place or even if you are sitting with someone who you don't resonate with at all. You become a walking Holy Spirit, but it takes time and efforts. When you spend so much time scrolling through social media on all of these places, you are tapping into their consciousness, which would distort what you really think. So, avoiding the social media is one of the biggest things. Eating good as well, by nourishing your body with healthy food, not processed food. When you are eating sugary junk food, you get jittery and you get anxious. I had that binge eating problem as well. You get anxious, you get jittery, and you think that you are an anxious person, but you're not. It's actually the sugar. When you cut out these processed food, again, you will feel calm. You do detoxification, which is by, I detoxify my body. I have the CCFT every day with chia seeds. There's also cinnamon tea you can have. So you've got to detoxify your body. You become calmer again. This anxiety is also because you are eating food that is crap. You've got to release it. When you release these, a lot of the times channeling is simply about releasing and removing the distractions. Netflix, social media, friends who are always talking negative, food that is processed. When you remove these things, you would feel calm. Imagine what it is like when you go to this beautiful scenic place with a nice lake, river flowing. How do you feel? That time, you're perfectly channeling your higher self because there are no distractions. So it's not something that you have to try so hard to focus on. It's simply about removing distractions. You remove, cut out the people that are not meant to be in your highest timeline. And that's how you do it. And it takes a lot of discipline and it takes practice, but that's okay. It's worth it. I hope that's answered your question. Before the age of 12, child diseases is a reflection of the mother's emotional issue. You take up diseases and you take up energies from your ancestral line up to 7 generations. So healing that is something you've got to do as well. And sometimes when you are in the process of healing, so in the beginning, because of this financial crunch, I used to consume a lot of free content from people. I would take doing free stuff because I felt like, why would I spend money on therapy? That is for myself. That's so selfish. So I used to keep doing that until one of my spiritual teachers appeared and said that it is okay to take free content. But remember that what you do, when you do something, you are going to print people like you in your universe. You understand? So if I am somebody who is constantly taking from another person, but not giving anything back, then I'm going to create more and more people like me in my universe. And I was like, okay, that doesn't make sense. That is definitely not what I want. I want to be able to heal in the future too. I would like to be in a situation where the energy exchange is in balance. So when I see that there is a healer that's good and they've changed my life, something I would donate. So this way, later on, a big chunk of my energy will not go somewhere. It's like this: when you are taking from someone else's energy, the universe will work by balancing the energy out because everything is in balance. So when you have to spend on healing yourself, do it. It is worth it. So don't have to worry about this energy balance. And every time I spend money on myself, I would always tell this: the money I spend will come back to me 1,000 folds. So now, before every time I spend, I would get a heart attack. I won't even look at the receipt. I don't look at the bill. I'm like, okay, I don't want to see it. But then I began to look at it and I say, this money is going to come back to me 1,000 times over. And that's what happened as well. Anamika, tell me.
Hey Tanya, thank you so much for this. It's like it's actually like a very helpful for us. Uh, my question is like I don't know how to frame this question, but it's like we have this information, every all sort of informations around us, but sometimes I feel like I it's a bit uneasy for me to do all these stuffs, if that makes sense. It's not that I don't want to do it. I really want to do it. But sometimes something in me is like pulling me back. I don't know why. So how do you actually like get this? Or I mean, I'm not saying that we should do all of this like in the process of manifestation. People say you have to like visualize, do gratitude journaling, all of that. I mean, everything might seem overwhelming, but at least one thing, even if I wanted to do it, I got the time, I got the energy, everything, but something in me is not allowing me to do it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I make sense. So how do we figure out all of it?
Is there an example that you're getting that you can come up with anything of recent?
Of course, like I really love journaling. I just like find peace when I write what the thoughts are going in my head. So, say for instance, for the past few days, a lot of things have been happening, and I really want to sit and write about it. But I got enough time to write. I have everything in place, but even I have my book and my pen is around me, but I just don't take my book and write. I'll be like, I'll write after 5 minutes. I'll just go take the phone, scroll through the reels. But even when I'm scrolling through the reels, I know I really don't want to scroll through the reels. Feel like I'm escaping something. I just don't know how to do it. Even I have been doing manifestation, and I know like things work because I was like a very overthinking person, and I have got out of it. Not completely, but say 80%. I know things work. But again, something in me is like, you know, it's pulling me back. And I don't know, my body and my mind, soul is not aligned. And still I'm figuring like how to do it. So yeah, that's my question. That's what I said. I just don't know how to frame this question. This was my question in the first session, but it took me like 3 days to ask you this. But I'm not scared of people, or I'm not scared about public speaking or anything. But you know how anxious I am while I'm speaking. So that sort of things. I'm generally not like I don't have any stage fear or anything. But while I'm asking this, I just struggle a lot. You know, things like this. I don't know. Yeah.
Can we all give unmute and give a big round of applause to Anamika for speaking up? Can we do that?
Thank
Good
you.
job. This is big deal. Good job
Thank
to
you.
you. See, you spoke up. And did anything fearful happen right now?
No, I know there is nothing gonna happen. But that's what I told you. I don't fear. I don't have any public fear or like stage fear or any sort of things. But this is what to you in this platform. I don't know. Maybe because I don't know how to frame this question. Maybe the thought that I don't know, like if you will understand what I'm going through.
Yeah.
A lot of things. Yeah.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Okay. You close your eyes and tell me this.
Okay.
What does your breath feel like right now?
I don't know. I just could hear my heartbeat.
It's beating fast.
Yeah. At first.
What kind of action do you feel like taking right now? What kind of movement in your body do you feel like doing right now? You can put your phone and then just try to think, what do you feel like doing with your body? What action?
Just get out of the house and then walk
Shake.
for 5 minutes.
Okay. What sensations are you feeling in your stomach, chest, throat? Where are the sensations feeling? Head, where is it?
My hand is shivering, my heart is beating fast. There is something going in my stomach.
Mm.
Yeah.
What
It's
is your
kind of
mind saying?
shivering.
What is your mind saying?
Mind is like afraid of something.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
And
yeah.
and that is your emotion, fear. What is your mind saying though? What is the mind saying?
I don't know if it's my mind or my
Yeah,
inner child, but
it's okay. No,
it's
no
like
need.
saying, you did it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Good. So this is the base M method, okay? B for breath, A for action, S for sensation, M for mind, no, E for emotion, and M for the mind. It comes from this book. Okay?
Okay.
All right, this is base M. You are now tapping into your body to understand where is the emotion coming in. Something people don't know is fear and excitement feels the same in the body. The feeling that you were feeling is exactly the same you get when you're sitting on a roller coaster waiting for the drive.
So
Correct?
true. Even my legs are shivering. I don't know.
What is shivering?
My leg is shivering. Like, I don't know why.
If you were on a roller coaster, you would feel the exact same thing. You think this is, so that means that both fear and excitement feels the same in the body. The meaning you give to it is up to you. Now, you can tell your body that this is fear, but there's another way to tackle it. You shift it and you tell your body, this is excitement. Your body believes it. Sorry, not your body. Your mind believes it. Your body's telling you what's happening, but you tell your mind something else. What I would do whenever I'm afraid is, it's the same things. I also get breathless, and I get shaky, all of it. I tap. Okay. Here, what you're doing is you are balancing both sides of your body. One side of your body is analytical, the other side is emotional. So, right now, your emotional side is going high. So, you are now tapping in, it's called bilateral simulation as well, so that both of it is getting balanced. It's more like when you walk and then you see this ambulance, your body understands that, it's just something that would pass by. Okay, there's an ambulance, it would pass by. In the same way, when you do this, your body thinks, oh, it's something that would pass. So that's why you do bilateral simulation or tapping. And then you tell your mind, this is exciting. Instead of saying, I'm afraid, this is exciting. I get to speak to Tanya and the rest of the people in this community. This is exciting. And then instead of sitting like this and getting all afraid, you get into the power pose that I taught you day before yesterday, which is you get into this and say, this is exciting. I now get to speak to this wonderful community. This is exciting. This is exciting. And you see the difference. Try it. Try it and tell me how you feel now. Ready? Do it. Yes, get into power pose. You can do it. Put your phone aside. Get into power pose. And say, this is exciting. He's probably saying that, but I can't hear it.
We are excited, Tanya.
Do you feel the difference in your body?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay. Fear and excitement feels the same.
Sorry, I
You
was
can
on
shift
mute.
it. That's fine. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Do you feel the
So
difference? It's very simple.
Yeah.
Understanding your body is amazing. It's worth it. You don't have to be afraid. You're thinking that this is anxiety. I don't know what's happening with me. I'm someone, something is wrong with me. Nobody else has that. No, 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 no. This is what I'm feeling. Let me find out why. What's happening? I love my body. Let me find out. Why is my body doing this? You go deeper and deeper and deeper. You don't ignore any part of your body or your mind or your soul. Get it?
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Akshaya, tell me. I was speaking with, oh yeah, Akshaya, you're not on, unmute yourself.
Oh, oops. Okay, no, I thought I unmuted. Okay, yeah. Hi, Tanya. I just wanted to say two things. One was the reason why I joined this program in the first place. one was your energy was so intoxicating. So I just wanted to kind of understand what was going on in, your mind and how you were doing all of this. And thank you so much for taking the time to put whatever it is that you've been learning and implementing in a way that's easy for us to digest and understand. And the second reason I joined was because I'm not new to internal work. I'm not new to manifestation, but I'm new to body work. So kind of understanding how my body works is like it's fascinating because I didn't realize body has its own intelligence. So it's like I was trying to understand how that works. And I've been doing stories, like trying to understand what stories I've been going through. But your perspective on the fight, flight, appease, and freeze mode, and then that perspective with the stories, I think is really, I think has made me think a lot of other things. I'm thankful for that mindset shift. And number three, I understood exactly what Anamika was telling. And I love your answer for it because for me, it's like I am very self-critical. So I would be constantly, being hard on myself. So when I regulated my system, I was like, I'm not going to be hard on you. It's okay. Even if we mess up, it's okay. But I love your approach where we're changing the thing. And it's like we're saying that we're excited, we're changing the feeling in some way and it's more positive. So I like that kind of affirmation. So thank you for that method as well. So thank you, Tanya. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate this.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad you did. I'm so glad all of you guys joined today. It's been amazing few days. If there is anyone else, I could probably take one more person to speak. And if not, we could get to dance, dude. You guys have to dance, okay? Just go crazy. If anyone wants to speak up, want to say, share a few words, thank you so much.
I just have a question, Tanya.
Yes, Adya.
So for one-on-one link that was not working for outside Dubai, are you gonna look into it and let us know? Or I can connect with you via Instagram and then go from there?
Yeah, I'm the LinkedIn work, right? Let me try to figure it out. I have I tomorrow I would be going to this office because I might have to set up this trade license thing and get it done. And then try to fix it. Once I fix it, I would announce it on my Instagram. So you could get it done. Or just DM me. I would try to work something out. Maybe we can get like a bank transfer or something like that and then book a session.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So guys, do you guys know what's a Dappankuthu dance? Who knows it? Who knows what that is? Guys know? Okay, so Dappankuthu. Dappa means drums. Kuth means dance. Okay. So Dappankuthu means you're dancing to the beat of drums. And drums is a very earthy instrument. It's this beautiful instrument. And Kutha, you dance, whatever you want to do, you just let the music flow through your body. Okay? Now we have been in this, deep speaking, talking, sharing. We are in our mind. We're trying to analyze everything. When you do the dance, you will realize how liberating it is. Like all the things that you're in the head trying to analyze. And, I spoke a lot of things. Now you're probably trying to put it into, reflect on what I spoke, but you don't have to, honestly. You allow your body to feel what it needs to feel. And then later, if you want, you can try to put words to what you're feeling. But the first thing is feeling in your body, which is why when I did the channeling, when you do channeling, you feel the love. That's all I want you to feel. When you feel love, you can hold on to it. When in my content, I try to put the energy of love into it. I just want you guys to experience it. Content creators are posting whatever, but if you set that intention and put that intention of love, other people will attune to it. And that is why your energy is magnetic. They say your energy is magnetic. It's not about what you wear, it's nothing. But even when you are posting content, even when you're doing anything, if you set that intention, I want to share love with others, people feel it. They know it. Why? Because everybody knows what God feels like. They can smell it from miles away. They know that this is what God feels like. And that's why you become magnetic. That's why Jesus Christ was magnetic. You don't have to do anything to change the algorithm and manipulation tricks and tactics. You don't need any of it. Just vibrated love and see everyone come to you. Okay? So let's try to also feel what it's like to liberate your body, allow it to move the way it wants. I never did, I always loved Dappankuthu, but it was too uncool. They were hip hop dancers. I'm a dancer. I studied classical dance for 12 years. I loved classical dance, yet I never did it because there were these hip hop dancers, and classical dance was like this uncool thing. You put lots of makeup and stuff like that. So I stopped doing it. But when I realized about body work and the fact that your body is what would help you hold the capacity to do things, that's when I began to dance. So every time I get a headache means, okay, you're overthinking. You've got to stop it. Your mind is trying to play tricks on you. Understand that is what headache means. That time, play any music and dance to it. Okay, so just do that. And we are going to be doing that right now. Yesterday, I tried to figure out, I did this ChatGPT thing, and they said that if you play music as Spotify, apparently you'll be able to hear the music. Let me see if it works, okay? Original sound for musicians. Tell me if you can hear music.
No, I didn't.
I'm going to play now. Okay, tell me one Dappankuthu song, guys, the ones that you like. This is for the Tamil people.
One day you were traveling with your daughter, and you were dancing in the car when she was going to school, and it was very funny. And I really connected to that dance. And you are doing like this during the traffic time. I really enjoyed that reel. Please post more.
Okay, let's see. Can you hear the music now? Can you hear?
No, not yet.
Can you?
Tanya? No,
Play
not
on.
yet.
No?
Tanya, can you hear me?
Yeah, Jerlin.
Yeah, I hear the music.
It's very
I believe it
feeble.
is Appadi Poda that you're playing,
Yes, yes.
Correct. You can hear it?
but very feeble.
Very feeble.
Yes,
Okay, let me
it's very
increase the
noisy.
volume and see.
Yeah.
Can you hear that now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Listen, I'm not going to dance alone. You guys have to turn on your camera and just be as crazy as me, or I will feel like the only crazy one here, okay? You
Tanya,
guys?
I'm on the way to drop my baby to the daycare,
No,
so
no,
if I
you
dance, it
you
will
you
be
drop. No,
okay.
that will be very terrible. You drop. You don't turn on the camera, okay? The other people sitting very comfortably in their sofas. Drivers, no. I'm talking about the other regular people. Wait, come on, girls, come on, come on, okay?
Would
Yeah,
you like?
nice. Okay, I'm gonna play the music. Ready? Just shake it. Okay. Yeah. Whew. Yay! I like it when you're brushing the teeth. That's good. Hey, my babe. You like your mommy dancing? Do you want to dance too? Oh. Harita, you're only watching me go crazy?
I have a leg injury, otherwise I would have joined you.
Ooh.
I would have whistled, Tanya. You danced really well.
Ooh. How did that feel, guys?
That
Felt
was great.
awesome.
The song was even great, and I feel it.
Huh? What do you feel?
No, the song, to listen to that song itself is great. It actually moves our body. And I resonate with you when you say you can dance. When I get tensed, I'm too angry, I can't do anything, or I'm very lazy, I can't move my body. I listen to a song and it changes. But to play that music, it takes a whole lifetime.
Play the music, holding on to that anger, those emotions, release it. By the way, when you get angry, don't judge yourself for getting angry. Get angry. Get mad. Who's this person? Just give me a second, guys. One second, people. Maybe the music was too loud. Okay, so anger, allow the anger to move through. If it means, I think I was one of my clients, I told her to just fuck you for 1.5 hours, and that healed her. That's it. Just release the anger. When it want to be sad, just cry, scream. You know, in old movies, they actually scream and cry. Yeah, more. You know, they do that, right? That's how you're supposed to cry. Just release it, and it's all gone. Okay. So this has been so fun. Okay. Oh, Harita, I'm so sorry you had a leg injury. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for joining my baby. Thank you. I would suggest you start your next session with this Dappankuthu. Sure, I'll do that. Beautiful. I have had such an amazing time with all of you wonderful, wonderful people. Have a great rest of the evening. And I will let you know when I launch the membership in Feb. I'm still going through these different platforms, trying to find out which one would work and all of that kind of stuff. And once I figure it out, we will launch the membership. And guess what? Once we launch the membership, we'll have these weekly calls, and I will bring in these spiritual teachers who will give you better advice than me. And we would also have retreats. We'll have gatherings. It's going to be fun. We'll have community events in person. There would be different kinds of events for single mothers, people who are coaches, healers, etc., who wants to get support for their businesses, etc. And I think I just have a lot of ideas. So we'll figure it out. Thank you so much, guys. I love you. Have a great rest of the day, rest of the evening. Bye.
Can you suggest books?
The book link is in the chat.
Okay.
Yes. The book link is in the chat. Okay? Bye, guys.
Thank you, Tanya. Thank you for doing this. I couldn't speak before because I was out, but I really want to thank you. I'll rewatch the recordings again. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much, Jordan, for joining. Thank you.
Yeah, bye. Good day.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.